Hi guys, so today is all about meal prep. I have a lot of things I want to get done and ready to go in the fridge to free up some extra time this week to do other things. So I thought I would just bring you along and share how I'm doing my meal prep today. So let's get to it. The first thing I'm doing is boiling some eggs. I wanted to get some hard-boiled eggs ready to go, and I will be using 12. And then I'm also going to cook a pound of sausage and have that ready to go. And while the sausage is cooking, I'm going to go ahead and get some of my vegetables prepped and ready to go. I have a lot of onions that I'm working through using from my garden, so I decided to go ahead and get a couple of those prepped for the week. So one of them I'm going to go ahead and chop up and put in a storage container that we can use in a meal or salad or whatever, and the other one I will just be slicing. The next thing I'm getting ready to go are some mini peppers, as well as a couple of green bell peppers from my garden, and I'm just going to chop them up, get them ready to go, put some in a small container for salads, and then I'm going to put some in a bigger container because I have a recipe that I will be using them for this week. My sausage is done, so it's time to move on to making my eggs muffin style, and I'm using a large measuring cup to mix my eggs up in because it has a pour spout, and I actually really like these measuring cups, and they are in my top picks, which I will have linked below if you're interested in checking those out. And I am just getting a bunch of eggs in it. I will add a little milk, whisk that together, and then I will put a little bit of sausage and cheese into each of the cups, and then I will pour my eggs over it, and I will bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 to 45 minutes. It probably varies with your oven, but I usually start watching it about 30 minutes in and just wait till the tops are lightly golden brown and I feel like they're done. Then I take them out, let them cool, and I will put them into a container and into the fridge. And they make a really good grab and go snack or a quick breakfast if you're in a hurry. And I don't think I mentioned it, but they are low carb or keto friendly. And I will put the rest of the sausage that I have left over into a container, and it will go in the fridge as well for other breakfasts this week. The next thing I'm doing is browning up some ground beef, and this is going to be for tacos as well as chili. I will go ahead and get it cooked together and then remove half of the meat for the tacos, and then put that in a container in the fridge, and then I will finish the chili, and then that will go in the fridge. And I mentioned that I have a lot of onions I'm trying to get through from my garden, so I am going to go ahead and add 2 onions into the ground beef. The eggs muffin style are done, as well as the hard-boiled eggs, so I will be putting those into containers and putting them in the fridge. I'm removing half of the ground beef for tacos, and that will end up in a container in the fridge. And then I'm going to move on to making my chili, and actually all of these things that I'm making today are low carb or keto friendly, in case you're watching your carbs. And moving on to my chili, I'm going to be using a jar of homemade salsa that I canned this year from my garden, and that is going to be my tomato base for my chili. And then I will move on to squash, which is what I'm using instead of beans. I will be using zucchini as well as yellow squash, and then I will also put in some chili powder as well as jalapenos. After that has cooked down and cooled off a little bit, I will be putting it into a container and placing that in the fridge as well. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and make is some chicken tenderloins. I'm going to get them ready to go and chopped up and in a container that I can use for salads. And here I am just putting the seasoning on while it's in the package, and then I will flip it over in the pan and I will add seasoning to the other side. I'm using Cavender's. If you haven't used that before, it is really good on chicken as well as eggs and so many things. But I'm just using a little avocado oil in the pan, and I will cook the chicken on both sides with the Cavender seasoning, and then I will chop it up, put it in a container, and it will be ready to go. So let me show you what all I got done. Here is the sausage cooked and ready to go, the chicken, the cut up veggies for stir fry that will go with the smoked sausage, and here is the extra meat that I cooked, so it's ready to go for tacos, hard-boiled eggs, the eggs muffin style, chili, and these are just some cut up veggies for salads or wraps or whatever we want to use it for. Snack. This is all salad stuff, and this one is like squash, peppers, that sort of thing. And then this one is our lunch meat, cheeses, and our low carb tortilla shells. We keep those in there as well. I feel like I got a lot accomplished and that we are well prepared for the week. So I think that's it for this video. If you like this sort of video, please give it a thumbs up or let me know in the comments so that I know you would like to see more of this type of video. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching.